Welcome back to the channel, folks, and thanks for clicking on that thumbnail. I thought it would be nice to do a video showing some of Aventon's bikes all together in one shot. This isn't their complete lineup. They have foldable bikes, they have off-road single track bikes, they have utility bikes. This is just four that are very similar, and just thought they would be a good fit. They all have torque sensors. We have the Solterra 2, Pace 500 3, Level 2, and the Adventure 2. We're going to kind of just do this side-by-side visual comparison and take a look at each. Let's get into it. Because there are so many colors and sizes for these four bikes, check out my link in the description for up-to-date prices, colors, and availability. All four bikes have integrated front headlights. They're also going to all have tail lights and brake lights. They're all going to have turn signals except for the Level 2, but you do get an extra tail light in the center of the fender. So the heaviest bike's going to be the Adventure at 77 pounds. The second heaviest will be the Level 2 at 62 pounds. The third will be the Pace 500 at 52 pounds, and the lightest bike will be the Solterra at 46 pounds. All four bikes are going to have a max payload of 300 pounds with the exception of the Adventure. With that beefy frame and fat tires, you're going to get 400 pounds. All four have torque sensors. All are going to have four levels of pedal assist, Eco, Tour, Sport, and Turbo, with the exception of the Level 2. That's going to still have your 1 through 5 pedal assist levels. So all four of these bikes are going to have a rear hub motor. On the Pace and the Level, it's going to be a 500 watt 48 volt motor. On the Solterra, it's going to be a 350 watt 36 volt motor. And on the Adventure, it's going to be a 750 watt 48 volt motor. The chargers are all going to be the same except for the Solterra. That's going to have a 36 volt 2 amp charger. The rest are going to be 48 volt 3 amp chargers. All are going to have a top speed of 28 miles per hour, with the exception of the Solterra 2. I was only able to get that up to 25 miles per hour. The Solterra 2 has Tektro mechanical disc brakes. All the others have Tektro hydraulic disc brakes. You're going to have a Shimano derailleur on each. Both the Pace and Adventure, it's going to be an Altus. The Solterra is going to have a Tourney, and the Level is going to have an Acera. But the Adventure is the only one with the derailleur guard. The Solterra and Pace 500 are not going to have any suspension to the front of the bike, but you will on the Level 2 and the Adventure. The Level 2 is going to have adjustable suspension with lockout and 65 millimeters of travel, and the Adventure bike is going to have adjustable suspension with lockout and 80 millimeters of travel. All four bikes are going to have throttle on demand, and they're all going to be a thumb throttle. The Solterra 2 is the only one with this 7-speed Revo shifter. All the other bikes are going to come with 8 speeds and a trigger shifter. The Solterra is the only one that comes stock with a bell. So on the Solterra, you have these comfortable grips. All of the grips lock, which I really like about the Aventon bikes. You have your front and rear brake, your thumb throttle to the left, your display in the center, and your Revo shifter on the right hand side. The handlebars do have this little curve, so they're not quite straight across. That's what that looks like. On the Pace 500 and the other three, you're going to have a trigger shifter, your display in the center, and also locking grips. And you can certainly tell by the look of these handlebars on the Pace 500 that they're completely swept back, and the stem is also adjustable. So you're definitely going to have a straight up sitting up posture with this bike when you're riding it. The handlebars on the Level 2 are going to be a little bit more straight across, so you're going to be reaching forward for them slightly, not like on the Pace 500 where you're completely straight up. The handlebars on this bike are going to be more straight across. The Adventure bike's going to be more of a happy medium of where those handlebars are. I feel like I'm not really reaching forward much on them. You are leaning a little bit more forward compared to like the Pace 500, but I can easily ride this bike and just keep like one hand on the handlebars and sit up straight. So we look at the tires of each of these bikes. We have the Solterra, which has 27.5 by 1.5 inch thick tires. The tires on the Pace and Level are going to be the same at 27.5 inch by 2.1 inches thick. And then when we get over to the Adventure bike, we have 26 inch by 4 inch thick tires. So when you look at all four of these bikes together, you can kind of get an idea of some of the differences on all four. It may sound simple, but I do like the fact that all four bikes have a double-sided chain guard. The saddle on the Aventure and Level 2 are your traditional Aventon firm but comfortable saddles. On the Pace 500-3, you're going to get a wider and more padded seat. And then for the Solterra, you're going to get a Sealy Royale seat that's going to be narrow and much more firm, but it just goes with that style of riding. You can actually see the difference in thickness on the seat post on these four bikes. The Solterra and Level 2 are going to be 27.2 millimeters, and the Pace 500 and Aventure are both going to be 30.9 millimeters. The kickstands are all to the back of the bike, which is nice, so you don't get them caught on the pedals when you're backing the bike up. The Aventure 2 and Level 2 both come with front and rear metal fenders and a rear rack. The Solterra and the Pace 500 do not. Check out my full review video if you'd like to see any of these four bikes in action or more details. Okay, that's gonna wrap this one up, and hopefully this video helped you get closer to your next buying decision, and being able to see these bikes side by side hopefully helped guide you there. And at the end of the day, it's just gonna come down to, what are you looking for in an e-bike? Is it all about looks? Is it about options? Are you looking for a fat tire bike? Is it all about price? If it's all about price, it's probably going to be the Solterra. Currently, the Solterra is $11.99 on the Aventon website. The Pace is $17.99. The Level 2 is $18.99. And the Aventure is $19.99. If you are interested in one of these four bikes, there'll be links in the description for you to purchase your own. And like always, ride safe, have fun, see ya.